Yeah.
Biz on the track.
Taste and flavor. Nah, that shit go like.
Yeah.
Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch.
Okay.
Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, I'm dominant.
You know that.
Yeah, I'm dominant.
You know
Hop
that.
out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, you dominant. Hey, dominant. Got in the air, tell me your fantasy. Maybe me, eating that pussy up, holding the canopy. Miami Beach, keep it quiet, don't make a scene. The way I perform like a porno scene, it's here deserving a big screen. Street nigga with the wordplay. First time I met Dominique in the club, feeling like pop. Hey, all eyes on me, baby girl, come and vibe with me. Had this ball, take a shot with me. Key love sunrise with me, at the balcony, doing everything. Baby girl, don't lie to me. Look, if you do to make the shit sound good, like a good girl with a little hood. Think about fucking with me, then you should. Let's go. Fuck you good, then you cutting me off. I'm used to it. Baby girl, get used to this. Let's go. Baby girl, I go through the Chris. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, I'm dominant.
You know that.
Yeah, I'm dominant. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, you dominant. Hey, dominant.
Been the same bitch from the town, some envy, some plotting, some taking the bow. Cannot discuss all the foul, no chicken involved, you hoes not allowed. Been in corners on my main nigga, to see my side hoe for a late dinner. He a rapper, make a sing different, I make a moan while he play with it. I do not tolerate bash, you bitches are trash, you get to know bag. My ass is cerebral fat, don't mean to brag, I'm stating fact. Miami with the skis on me, CT pot the bean saucy. New York had the beam on me, lit bitch, I don't need 40.
Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, I'm dominant. You know that. Yeah, I'm dominant. Hop out some designer
Hey,
shit.
Steph, long time no
speak.
speak.
Hey, Shabray. What's
Let me
good? How
turn
you
this the car Wi-Fi off. What y'all got going on over here today? You got some good stuff. I've been seeing all the uploads.
Yeah, you know, as I elevate and grow, show my growth. That's all. But how you been?
I love it. I've been in your corner since like last year, so I'm loving all your growth. Let me turn this off. Trying to get the volume right. Okay, there you go. But yeah, I appreciate you letting me have something to say because I've been down with Dirt Gang, love your channel, love Melly Mel channel, love Harlem Smiley's channel, right? And we always talk about everything that's going on in the world, right? But I miss I Smoked live talking about this, and I miss your live talking about this. I caught the replays, right? And it's some of the things out here have really bothered me based upon who I am, right? And I have built on this platform about this before, right? I think you just knowing me and everything I've said on this channel, like I'm so about family, I'm so about the community, I'm so about, our situation as Black people right now, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Stats, we talk about everything. So I just kind of want to go a little bit back on the story and then jump into my opinion on it, okay? So I caught this story on the internet. Like I caught it in the wee hours Monday morning on the internet. I think that was Monday morning. And I looked at the story and I kept it pushing because in our communities, we see so much of these stories, right? As a woman my age with maternal instincts, whether you have children or not, once you get to a certain age, you should have maternal motherly instincts, right? I always think, wow, that's somebody's baby. You know what I'm saying? Whether you 20, you 40, or you 60, somebody love you, right? And I always feel bad, but at the same time, I would be lying if I said we weren't a little bit desensitized to it, right?
I would agree.
Because it happened a lot. It happened too much in our community. So I went on about my day. And that day I went to go see an elder at an assisted living facility. So I'm at the assisted living facility and I'm building with my elder. And my cousin says to me, he says, did you see about the shooting in Hawthorne? And I was like, yeah, I seen about it. And he was like, oh yeah, that's your cousin. And I'm like, I didn't know him. And he was like, that's your cousin Shawana's son. Now, my cousin
Mm-hmm.
Shawana, she was killed 2 years ago, right? So
Mm-hmm.
everyone is still not healed from that. And all these, these kids that are left behind without a mother. And then now this situation being so very public, right? So it's painful. And it's painful for me to see my community like this. And it's painful for me to see us still going through these things that I have lived through my entire life in LA, and it just don't never stop. It's painful because if you really from LA, people who are really from LA that's in this live right now, your family be from everywhere. Sometimes your family is from so many different neighborhoods and so many different places you can't even really choose up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's painful to real LA people. We know how it is. It's that's LA very well too. People family be all over the city. People family be from everywhere. So it's like it's painful for me to see everybody going through this. It's painful. And I just wanted to say that, especially knowing his background, because no one has been talking about his background, you know? And it don't make up for nothing, but I do want to say we're talking about building our community all the time. These young kids need guidance. This situation came up. I tried to talk to my nephew. He was like, okay, okay. This situation came up. I tried to talk to my little cousin who's also on the wrong track out here. He was like, okay, okay. These young kids don't listen. They just don't listen. It's a different generation, you know? And I feel like a lot of these young men, they have a lot of women around them. You know what I'm saying? And not really listening to women like they would a man. So I wish
Mm-hmm.
the men who have voices, the men who have platforms, like check them, talk to them, spread the message that nothing is worth nothing. So that's really how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like if we care about our community and we caring about all the shit that's fucked up in our community, let's be about that every day. Every day.
I understand. I understand. So, like being that when you heard the news and knowing that this individual was related to you, like how did it affect you a little bit more deeply? Like, damn, like this is an individual that I didn't really get to connect with and bond with and
Right.
understand, who he is, was it more like an overall picture? Like, damn, we just need to all wake up and just like tend to more of our young
Definitely
ones.
that. Definitely that. Because I still feel the same way I felt when I found out about Shawana. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, wow, like all over again, because that's fresh, right? I feel sad about that situation. But then I felt like, damn, a mother ain't supposed to live to see her child die like this. Anybody, not in particular just him, but all the young men in our community like him, right? Irregardless of what neighborhood, what color, or any of that, right? Like a mother ain't supposed to live to even see that. So I felt that way too. But then I look at I hear about like my little cousins. He's left little brothers behind, quite a few little brothers. And it's like, my littlest cousins are too little to have to deal with this much death. They done dealt with, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it together, but I'm a girl. I'm a girl, right? They done
Hmm.
dealt with losing their mama 2 years ago, and then now you've lost him. And it's like, I wonder if they're even old enough to get on the internet and see this stuff. It make you sick to your stomach as a woman, It's like, why we gotta live like this? Why do people think this is okay? Why do we have to continue to go through these things? I'd like to say that, oh, this is an isolated event, right? And it's the first person I've been related to or associated to who has been murdered in the streets. You know what I mean? But it's not, that wouldn't be true. I have
Mhm.
seen this, felt this my entire life over and over again, right? Cycle, cycle, cycle. And it's like, how we gonna break out of this cycle? When is everyone gonna stop losing people this way and hurting this way? I don't really think it all. I can't speak to single motherhood because I don't have children. So I know that that comment is there, but a lot of people reach single motherhood in many different ways. A lot of people don't start off single mothers. So I don't know, but I can't speak to that because that's not
Yeah, with Don, don't pay him no mind. I had to kick him from, you know what I'm saying, back or
right.
whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't, ain't nobody's hitting this link unless they're related
Right.
in this situation, or Miss Sheree approved or whatever. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I had to kick him from, and that has nothing to do with nothing. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's a reason why they use certain terms as like I'm saying? It takes a village to raise a child. So with that being said, it takes the
Right.
family structure and also the
Mhm.
community as well to uphold and groom individuals into being upright individuals. And
Right.
even though we talk about a lot of these things, we try to bring some sense to it and try to bring some
Yeah.
some knowledge to this. You know what I mean?
Right. It's hard as African American women because you don't even have a voice sometimes in your own community. You know, I like I said a minute ago, I've been frustrated with trying to talk to my own nephew, my own cousins that are really, really close to me. Like, I've been brushed off and I've been ignored, but I've been here for almost 40 years and I done seen it play out the same way each time. Like it's no respect for the women who really raise you, who really contribute to your life. And I'll never get that part of the game either. When you go to jail, it's gonna be your grandma, it's gonna be your auntie, it's gonna be your mama. So why is it that those are the first people that you ignore? And you can't tell me grandma, mama, and auntie didn't love you up and try to like steer you the right way. So I feel like I can't say all, but a lot of black women do try to give their family the best that they know. So how do we still end up in these situations? It's painful. It's painful, especially because I don't even know how we get out the cycle. And that's why I really like talking to you, Stats, and coming to your platform because you talk so much about like the cycle and what's wrong and what we need to speak up to in our community.
Yeah, I try to, as much as possible, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I feel
It's
like
not
our
normal.
generation, as far as millennials,
Hmm.
we're like the breed that has the wisdom, that has the knowledge, and also still have the energy to combat the newer generation.
Hmm.
That to combat them with wisdom and knowledge and tell them and put them on game, because the generation before us, they were too busy getting incarcerated. We understand the circumstances and whatever that they had to do. A lot of their crimes were done out of survival, you know.
Hmm.
So as us as being the millennials, a lot of us don't have that same element to live in. Like, for let's be real, the streets is dead. You know what I'm saying? You're
Hmm.
not really getting that much money out there in the streets. So like you better off just getting a 9 to 5. So with
Hmm.
us knowing that the climate is changing and individuals are still
Hmm.
trying to play the streets close, I'm giving them game on how the streets is more detrimental than you
Hmm.
going out there working that 9 to 5 and providing for your family. It's much more
Hmm.
lucrative to be that way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because it ain't really that much money out there in these streets. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Some of
Hmm.
those that may get lucky enough to reach or obtain 100,000, that ain't even enough. It's good while you have it, but 9 times out of 10, your mindset is not gonna allow you to manipulate and multiply that money, because you're gonna be so used to getting fast money that it becomes habitual to think that you're gonna be able to get it again. So what I like, what I'm doing is is giving individuals a breakdown on your mental, a breakdown on how you're going to think. Because sometimes it's not the drugs that you quote unquote using, far as liquor, pills, whatever drug that you make of choice. Sometimes your lifestyle can be an addiction, and you can get lost in it. And then when you get taken away from that quote unquote lifestyle that you used to live in, you have no understanding of adapting to a new way of earning your money. You know what I mean? So it's real, it's really deep, to speak to somebody that was close to the situation, because you know how people are insensitive to it, because we come from a gang banging culture. We understand the politics and things of that nature, but at the same time, you know, you got to be diplomatic for other individuals' feelings that may be involved and that's close around to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be understanding. At the end of the day, we still lost one of our own, which was a future black man that could have been anything or could have done anything to possibly create a change. In our circumstances and in our climate. And this gang banging shit, it ain't nothing but okay, I'm gonna drop the link again. But this gangbanger shit ain't nothing but, pretty much a deaf culture. It's pretty much a deaf culture. And with that being said, we gotta be mindful on what you are subscribing to, what you are signing up to. This nothing to glorify. It ain't nothing too cool about it. It ain't nothing to brag about. This shit is basically either the grave or a prison sentence. So when y'all going out here thinking it's cool because y'all can't go to the backyard with the quote unquote homies and all that, at the end of the day, sometimes it's good to be an individual and stand out and do it on your own instead of following the leader and trying to be involved in something that you never were a part of in the first place. Because I understand peer pressure is real. So I understand what peer pressure is. You know what I mean? So for the young generation, gang banging is not the way. And I'll drop the link again in case Miss Reed want to get back on the panel. But you know what I'm saying? She's closely related to the situation, coming to find out that she had to learn that that was somebody she was related to through this incident. You know what I'm saying? So, it's sad to find out. And Beast, I appreciate that donation. Hey, yo, hey, oh boy, stop trying to get in the stream, y'all, bro. Like, I done banned all of your accounts, and you done picked like 4 or 5 different accounts just to come in here and talk your craziness. Like, what's wrong with you? You mad persistent. Dudes is bogged out, man. I don't want to hear your ignorance today. I'll entertain you another day, but right now, that's not the time. Not right now. You understand? Dude's bugged out, man. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second while what I'm saying, refresh and get myself situated. Go ahead, Sheree.
Yeah, and I just had my final comments because I didn't want to drag the situation out, but I got to be a real person, right? I got to be really me. I can't, I'm from LA, born and raised, and I see a lot of things from people who are not from LA and don't understand LA is so big. Once everybody leave your grandma house and spread out over the city, people grow where they are, right? Or what friends they make or whatever the case may be. If you're really from LA, you have family that's from everywhere around the city. You know what I'm saying? So I just have to be real about that. Like LA is a city that's so big, you have family that is literally from every neighborhood, from so many different sections, you know? And me as a woman, as a civilian, I'm not gonna speak to that stuff over there, but I will say for me personally, myself, like respect is something that's universal. I understand you have to have respect, you have to live a respectful life, and you have to show respect to everyone and everything, right? I came on these platforms as like a huge Nipsey Hussle fan, you know, and I'm still that, and I still am appreciative that everything he did for LA and was like the voice of LA, you know what I'm saying? Still the voice of LA. And it's like, I'm not gonna fake about that love, like, and I'm not gonna fake about that respect, and I'm not gonna fake about that man's accomplishments, you know. I have love for everybody. And I have to say that myself. Like I have, and it's no way you couldn't. I done lived all over LA. I got family from everywhere in LA. So for me and myself, I had to address that and say, like, it's nothing but love. And I got the most love for my city to get better. I just read an article. It's only 40% of Black people still living in LA. Y'all know it's hard to even afford to stay in LA. We being forced out of the place that we only know, right? So it's like we got bigger fish to fry in the Black community than to keep building on this internet crazy shit, you know, because it really becomes crazy shit. And if you feel like the internet is taking over your life, then you need to step back from it because this is not life. It's not life. You have to protect your real life and you have to make good decisions for you, you know. So that's my last thing to say. Love the platform, love Harlem Smiley, love Melly Mel, love Dirt Gang. Bye.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you. And send my condolences to your family. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have some peace. You know what I mean? So that pretty much was it. You know what I'm saying? She's deeply bothered by that because like, for an individual that will find out, you know what I'm saying, like damn, you related to somebody and they find out, they passed away. That's sad, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we gotta start doing better as a community and start moving forward and actually start putting out positive messages and imagery. You know what I'm saying? Only the generals will understand this. All that quote unquote gang banging gangsterism, all that other shit is irrelevant right now. Because we have a bigger eye that's bigger than individuals from down the street that represent a different color or that saying a different slang or that represents something other than what you represent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these dudes weird, man. But yeah, man, you see how it goes when you speaking something positive. These these crazy, satanic, demonic individuals start coming out the bushes. They start acting crazy and they act like roaches and they try to, what I'm saying, dilute and manipulate a situation into going into some type of hate train. If you ain't coming up with no solutions, we don't want to hear all the problems. And that's something that we want to talk about on the politics side. You know what I'm saying? The politics side. For the fact that the matter is, a lot of them individuals can razzle dazzle situations as far as telling you the problem to a situation, but never giving you a solution. They never give you a solution to the problem. Start voting for people that can identify things, but never give you a solution. If you're dealing with problematic individuals who are problematic thinkers, you're never going to get a solution or answer to how to move forward. I don't waste my time thinking about the problems. I'm thinking about how we could solve it.
Hey, Stats, I had one more thing to say. I wanted to back it up and say one more thing too. I do enjoy all the YouTube communities. I shouted out the whole Dirt Gang, but I learned about Kev Mack a lot. And Harlem Smiley know I'm crazy about Kev Mack videos, you know. And I want to say that on his platform, just speaking for LA, he does the most responsible gang historian videos. He has a live stream channel, which he just keeps it on the up and up about LA. And I really love his channel. I respect what he's doing. And I hope all you guys that are really trying to uplift us on here and talk to these younger people and get them right, I hope you guys all prosper and are listened to by the right people, okay? So blessings.
Blessings, blessings. That's a whole fact. And shout out to him. You know, subscribe to the channel. And we got more content on the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know, we not about to this wasn't intended to be a long live. I just wanted to give Sheree her proper due so she could speak, you know, how she felt, being that she was related to the individual that you know, that this incident happened to. So you know, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing as far as doing other research and to continue giving y'all great content. I appreciate everybody in here. Yo, this dude bugged out. But I appreciate everybody in here. I'm not tolerating Satan to be up here attacking me and all that right now because I'm on a positive trip right now. And you know, we on elevating the bigger and better thing. Salute. This dude bugged out, dude. Nigga's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, really, this
Got
shit
a quiet
crazy.
taste.
Yeah. Biz on the track.
Taste and flavor. Nah, that shit go like. Yeah. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, I'm dominant. You know that. Yeah, I'm dominant. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, you dominant. Hey, dominant. Got in the air, tell me your fantasy. Maybe me, eating that pussy up, holding the canopy, Miami Beach. Keep it quiet, don't make a scene. The way I perform like a porno scene, it's here deserving a big screen. Street nigga with the wordplay. First time I met Dominique in the club, feeling like pop. Hey, all eyes on me, baby girl, come and vibe with me. At this ball, take a shot with me. Tequila, sunrise with me. At the balcony, doing everything. Baby girl, don't lie to me. Look, if you do, then make the shit sound good. Like a good girl with a little hood. Think about fucking with me, then you should. Let's go. Fuck you good, then you cutting me off. I'm used to it. Baby girl, get used to this. Let's go. Baby girl, I go through the Chris. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, I'm dominant. You know that. Yeah, I'm dominant. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, you dominant. Hey, dominant.
Been the same bitch from the town, some envy, some plotting, some taking the bow. Cannot discuss all the foul, no chicken involved, you hoes not allowed. Been in corners on my main nigga, to see my side hoe for a late dinner. He a rapper, make her sing different, I make a moan while he play with it. I do not tolerate bash, you bitches are trash, you get to know bad. My ass is sit real fat, don't mean to brag, I'm stating fact. Miami with the skis on me, CT pot the bean saucy. New York had the beam on me, lit bitch, I don't need 40.
Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby, wine and shit. Hey, you know what time it is. Yeah, girl, you fine as shit. Fiji water, let me dive in it. On top, yeah, I'm dominant. You know that. Yeah, I'm dominant. Hop out some designer shit. I could design a bitch. Back it up, baby.